Thanks for joining us, everyone, here on 13 News at noon. I'm Karen Campbell, and we start with some breaking news from Capitol Hill. The Senate has confirmed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as President Trump's health secretary. Now, this comes after Kennedy faced scrutiny from his skeptical views on vaccines. Kennedy will now be in control of $1.7 trillion in federal spending, vaccine recommendations, and food safety. He will also oversee health insurance programs created for roughly half of the country. So, of course, we will continue to follow this breaking news throughout the day on WTHR. All right, now we want to turn to the forecast because we have all been looking at this winter weather system that we've been having. I know this morning I was out driving to work and saw some snow flurries.
Yeah, and those are still continuing in some locations. Not everywhere. We probably got another, I don't know, couple hours of some snowflakes. And then we're going to lose our blanket of clouds tonight and set the stage for the coldest night we've had in weeks.
Oh boy.
All right, one good thing leads to another, I guess. Want to show you, this is our live camera in Tipton. A great example of where the main roads have been treated with salt. Some of the, you see some of the on-off here that have not. Those are still going to be a little bit slick today. So we've got some light snow that continues as this cold air advects in from the west and northwest. But once we get a little closer to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we're going to start to see this sky brightening up here over central Indiana. Let me show you how this plays out for us and get you the latest with live Doppler 13 radar. You can see from Tipton over toward Kokomo, Florida, Lebanon, Noblesville, Anderson, Muncie, here in the metro area, seeing some flurries and some light snow. It's not falling real heavily, but compared to 24 hours ago, road temperatures are much colder by some 10 degrees and they're below freezing. So untreated surfaces, elevated surfaces, bridges, overpasses, things like that, they will be a little bit slick here. Look at the temperatures, 19 in Crawfordsville, 23 this hour in Indy, 28 in Shelbyville. There's less flurry and snow action right now over the southern portion of the state. That cloud line, by the way, is just getting into far western Indiana, and we will start to see clearing sky from west to east gradually for the rest of today. We'll let you know how low we're going to go, break down Valentine's Day, and we got an active weekend ahead coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Sean. Well, new at noon, we are learning more about a bicyclist killed in a crash on Indy's near South Side early this morning. That crash happened around 7:15 near East Raymond and Shelby Streets. Officers tell us they found a man in the street with severe injuries. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver who hit the bicyclist did stay at the scene and is cooperating with police. Right now, we are working to learn the name of the man killed. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, and once we learn more, we will report that to you on air and online at WTHR.com.
We're jumping for joy on the inside, but at the same time, we're still trying to figure out why this, what we call due process, hurts so bad, and how it affects, families just like ours.
Well, that is the father of Crystal Walton, the woman killed by her ex-boyfriend in 2022. Yesterday, a jury found Orlando Mitchell guilty of her murder. The jury deliberated for over an hour and rejected the defense's argument that this was voluntary manslaughter and that Mitchell acted in sudden heat. Our cameras were not allowed during this trial, but we do have video of Mitchell during other court appearances. So during the trial, video evidence shows that Mitchell stalked Walton outside of a daycare center near 10th and Holmes Avenue. He then waited on Walton to drop off her 2 kids, including his 1-year-old son. Now, Mitchell then ambushes Walton, shooting and killing her outside of her car. The defense says Mitchell snapped because he was not allowed to see his son. Walton's family was inside the courtroom and saw the video for the first time. Now, they say it was difficult to watch Walton's final moments.
That was a lot to take, just to see your daughter who had no choice. She didn't even stand a chance, and this creepy predator just violently, viciously attack her.
And Orlando Mitchell now faces another murder trial that will get underway in August of next year. He's accused of killing this man here, Marion County Sheriff's Deputy John Durham, in July of 2023. Well, now to an update on some heartbreaking news. This is a heartbreaking story we've been following in Hendricks County. The mother of 3-year-old Aries, who was critically injured in a crash a week ago, will be able to donate his organs to help save other children. 3-year-old Aries suffered burns to most of his body after the crash in Plainfield last Wednesday. His 2-month-old sister Iris, she died in that crash. His mother shared this statement with our Jenny Runovich, saying in part, "He truly is a superhero in the way he's been able to brighten anyone's day in almost an instant with all the silly things he says and his smile. That is the most contagious I've ever seen." The children were in the car with their dad when another driver crashed into them. Plainfield police say the suspect in the other car refused to stop for an Avon police officer before the collision. The suspect, Sadani Pettis, is now in the Hendricks County Jail and he is facing multiple charges. Today marks 8 years since Libby German and Abby Williams were murdered in Delphi, Indiana. Now, this case has garnered national attention when 2 girls, when they were reported missing in February 13th of 2017. After a massive search, police discovered their bodies just a day later near the Monon High Bridge. The girls had been stabbed to death. Police and the FBI tracked down lead after lead, releasing sketches, audio, and video from the crime scene. Then, in October of 2022, police arrested then 50-year-old Richard Allen for the girls' murders. Just last year, a jury found him guilty of the murders, and a judge sentenced him to 130 years in prison. In just the past month, Allen and his defense team have filed a motion to correct errors, citing inaccuracies in the case and false evidence used in court. Our 13 Investigates team is now tracking these filings and the possibility of Allen appealing his conviction. Now, we have all of our coverage of this case for you online. It covers everything from remembering Libby and Abby to the most recent court filings. Just head to WTHR.com/Delphi, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. That will take you directly to the stories. Well, 13 News is following an investigation in Martin County surrounding allegations of animal abuse. The sheriff's office posted photos on social media of 8 horses living in poor conditions. Now, one was in such bad shape it sadly had to be put down. 3 people are now under arrest for all of this. And our Logan Gay, she talked with the people who helped save these horses, who say it's going to be a long road to recovery.
And the vet always told me, if you can see ribs, that's not good.
Donnie Zimmerman says he couldn't believe his eyes when he was called to help rescue 7 horses from a home in Shoals. The Martin County Sheriff's Office says the horses had deep scars from passing through belly-deep frozen mud. They also had little access to food and water, some of them even eating manure.
Yeah, I'm a grown man, but I was about to tears that day down there and we was catching them horses.
3 people responsible for taking care of the horses were arrested on animal cruelty charges.
When you got too many in a situation like that and you can't take care of them, then don't keep them till they get in this condition like this.
The Martin County Sheriff's Office transported the horses to Zimmerman's nonprofit called Sugar's Ridge Ranch in Martin County.
And we've got another one of our rescue horses out here. This is Chief.
To be monitored and rehabilitated. He says it's going to take months to get weight back on these horses, but they're making progress.
We're going to turn this into muscle.
We got them into a dry, bigger area to where they've got room to roam and run around. They've got constant hay. We keep 2 bales of hay, big round bales of hay out for them all the time. They've got constant heated water. And they're getting grained twice a day now, and they're all getting 2/3 of a quart of grain in the morning and at night.
That's not accounting for the mental scars the horses will have to heal from.
Horses are like people. They get depressed. They get down in the dumps. They know when they're not being taken care of. The most important ingredient we've been giving them is love.
Love, trust, and respect. Zimmerman says once the horses are ready physically and mentally, they'll look at possibly rehoming them. But right now he's focused on making sure they're safe, happy, and healthy.
This is something that I am going to continue to do as long as I can continue to do it.
That was Logan Gay reporting. Now, Simmerman says the horses will have another visit from the vet today for vaccinations, and the Martin County Sheriff's Office is collecting donations to help out to pay for their health needs. Now, you can visit our website for more information, WTHR.com. Well, school leaders in Delaware County want to improve safety at Muncie Central High School. Entering the building will be required to pass through a new weapons detection system. Here's a look at it. The city of Muncie funded the system. A school spokesperson tells 13 News the new security measures are not in response to any specific issues. They're just meant to make school more secure. And less than 90 minutes ago, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita sent out a warning for Indianapolis police and schools. Now, this warns of legal action if local officials do not comply with federal immigration authorities. Rokita says IMPD and IPS need to discontinue policies and practices that restrict their ability to cooperate with federal authorities. A statement from Rokita says, in part, under Indiana law, neither IMPD nor IPS has discretion to decide whether ICE should receive their cooperation and assistance. Now, we will have much more from the AG and responses from IPS and IMPD on 13 News starting at 4.